Hey everyone, this is Helena Hart, and I'm here with Adrienne Everhart again today. Welcome, Adrienne.
Hi, Helena. Thanks so much for having me back. I'm excited to be here.
I'm so excited for this topic. This is one of our juiciest topics. We're going to be talking about the 5 magnetic qualities that drive him wild, make you irresistible to men, whether you're single or in a relationship. If you can learn to embody some of these qualities, it will really inspire a man to chase you and pursue you and really want to lock you down for a committed relationship because he's just going to feel so good every time he's around you, right, Adrienne?
Absolutely. You will be so attractive in his eyes, and he will just want to claim you. You will really be a man magnet. So, we're very excited to share these tips with you today.
Definitely. So, Adrienne, do you want to go ahead and kick off the first quality?
Absolutely, Helena. And I have to say, make sure you stick around to the end because we actually have a deeper, more advanced quality we want to share with you. But we first want to get you through the first couple of ones and get you comfortable with this new information. And then we'll talk about that one at the end. So, the first one I want us to talk about is really being comfortable in your body, being comfortable with the man, and having this playfulness to you where you can express yourself in a really playful way. So, playfulness is very attractive, very alluring to a man, but it's not exactly what you think. It's not making jokes, being witty, or being sarcastic. It's these very little subtle qualities where, for example, if your favorite song is on the radio, you can start dancing and singing. You can really let loose and kind of have fun and not be so uptight and rigid. I know with my husband, one of the things he told me he just really fell in love with me about is we were in Whole Foods doing our grocery shopping and a song came on the radio and I just started kind of dancing there in Whole Foods. Not making too big of a scene, but just kind of listening to the music and dancing around. And he just thought that was so adorable that I was just having fun and being playful. And giggling is so important. Guys love to hear us giggle. Don't you think so, Helena?
Absolutely. And I love this whole idea of just being lighthearted and making everyday moments kind of fun and more interesting because, especially when you're in a long term relationship, sometimes these day to day moments can become kind of boring or mundane. So, something I've really found when it comes to being confident enough to play in your feminine energy and be lighthearted and playful when you're interacting with a man is really having those strong boundaries on the inside because when you trust yourself and you feel really strong and secure and have your boundaries really strong on the inside, that's what allows you to be soft, open, and playful on the outside so that a man can actually get close to you. What I found with women who don't trust themselves, who don't know what their boundaries are or feel comfortable expressing them, they kind of put these walls around themselves and they're sort of rigid or formulaic and they're not as playful. And so, if you can really have strong boundaries on the inside, that's what allows you to be fun and sexy and playful on the outside, which will really inspire a man to chase you and just want to be around you more and more.
I'm so glad you said that because that is something that, as a woman who was very much about protecting herself on the outside, which was me, I was very concerned with giving a guy the wrong idea or the wrong opinion of me or appearing too available or too easy or whatever it may be. Those were very cautious things I had inside of me. So when I really learned that I can be soft on the outside, I can play, I can have fun, but on the inside, I know my boundaries. I know where I'm at. So I'm going to take us on to number two, which is being comfortable with silence. Now, a lot of women, we have a much more advanced vocabulary than men. We love to talk, talk, talk. I know I certainly do. So I'm going to hand this one over to you, Helena. What would you like to share about being comfortable with silence?
Absolutely. And I'm the same way. As women, we can all kind of relate to this. Everyone watching too, we love hearing from you. Type in your experiences with this in the comment section. As women, we can tend to want to jump in and fill in those gaps in conversation, even in the early stages of dating. Like if you're on a first date and there's some awkward pauses in the conversation, you can just feel yourself wanting to like lean in and jump in there and pick up the slack for a man. Or if you're in a relationship or if you live with a guy, we were talking about this right before we started recording this video. If he's watching a game or if he's watching his favorite TV show, not like peppering him with a million questions and just kind of hanging out with him. A man would just kill for a woman who's comfortable in silence and doesn't always need to like fill in those gaps in conversation, right, Adrian?
I love it. Yeah. And the best part about silence is that you can really, it gives you an opportunity to create tension with the man. And tension is this very sexy and complicated thing because you just have this moment where you can look at him and he can look at you and you just like, and you have that moment and it's really very exciting for a man. So often we are definitely uncomfortable with silence. We feel like we need to keep the conversation going. I'll never forget early in my coaching career, I had a client who told me that her guy never opens up. He never expresses how he feels. And I told her, I said, the next time you're with him, for every 5 words he says, I want you to try to just say one or two, like okay and mm-hmm. And she said that they hiked halfway up a mountain together with neither of them speaking, but then halfway up the mountain he just began to talk and open up and share all these stories. And it really does take guys a little while to warm up to that. So definitely be comfortable with silence. You're going to be like a man magnet to a man who desires so much to just kind of let things even out and kind of flow and feel your way through. You don't need to rush to any sort of conclusion or ending.
Yes, he will say something. That's the fear I hear from a lot of women. Like, well, if I don't like constantly fill in those awkward pauses, we're just going to sit there. I promise you, he will say something. It might take him a little while, but if you can just kind of hang out with him and give him the sense that he doesn't have to always be on, right? You guys can relax and sort of allow some things to bubble up, from the surface. He will say something, I promise. If you stop picking up the slack for him in conversation, he'll start to open up more. Pretty amazing how it works. So, Adrian, what's the third quality?
The third one is going to be being a mental challenge to him. And being a mental challenge, it's not like we want you to give him brain teasers or anything like this. It's really about being in your body, being aware of yourself, that you're just not available for him at every single moment. He's not your only focus. So often I see girls out at, like the mall or something, and they're texting and they're texting and they're texting and they're communicating. When you're with your girlfriends, you're with your girlfriends. When you're with your mom, you're with your mom. When you're out shopping, you're out shopping. Don't try to constantly be in contact with him and make him feel like he needs to be in contact with you. When you're that mental challenge and you can just let him know that you've got your world. You've got this whole big, expansive world for you to enjoy. He'll feel the same way because he has things he wants to do. Don't get me wrong. He wants to spend quality time with you. But I think it's really, really important that you let him know I can be independent. I don't have to be with you, tied to your side with technology all the time.
It's so true. I'm guilty of this myself. We all are, right? Especially like it's a guy you really like and he's texting you, you feel like, oh, I got to respond right away. And Adrian, one of my favorite tools that I've heard you say is just letting that text lie there, right? A guy doesn't need this 24/7 access to you over text. In fact, it's better if you kind of stay with what you're doing while you're doing it. And when we say being a mental challenge, we don't mean playing games or pretending you're not available or playing hard to get. None of those things will get you permanent, lasting results. And if you know anything about our work, we're all about getting you those permanent results that last. It's not just about, getting the guy. It's about keeping him and inspiring him to keep chasing you and pursuing you. Talk a lot about that in Find and Keep the One Without Coming Undone. So I've really found you challenge a man by challenging yourself to really committing to your dreams and living your best life, which is what inspires him to feel like, wow, this is a high quality woman. If I want, want to have a chance with her, if I want to be with her, I need to be living my best life. I need to really she has such high standards. I need to be really living up to who I want to be in order to be with her. That is just so magnetic. That quality is just so intriguing to a man. He's just going to want to keep coming towards you more and more.
Oh, I love how you said that. And before we go on to the fifth and final tip here, I just want to take a second and tell you that so many of you come to us every day with questions about what should I do during a date? Or what if he talks about this? Or what if he talks about his ex? Or I'm still in love with a certain man. How do I move on and start dating? Or many of you are married and in relationships, but you're experiencing problems and you really don't have that footing, you don't have that firm foundation that's going to help you grow from that point. So we make a lot of amazing videos, but we have some programs out there at Dating Unzipped. We have Find and Keep the One, and we have From Heartbroken to Happily Ever After. When you get these in a bundle, you're going to get such a wealth of information that you're going to have everything you need to take that tiny seed of that yearning desire to have that beautiful, amazing relationship, and you're going to really have the tools to grow that into something magnificent. So I just wanted to stop for a second and make sure everybody knows about those programs we have.
So quality number 4 that drives men wild is respect, both respecting yourself and respecting him as the masculine energy partner. This one is so, so important. We have so much to say on this. Adrienne, do you want to kick this one off? I'd love to hear anything you have to say, any words of wisdom around respect, because it's so important.
For sure. So the first thing that I think of when I think of respect for the man is that his job is the most important thing to him. I mean, you are also very important, but when it comes to being a man in his masculine energy, his job, what he's working on right now, is very important. In fact, I believe that until a man really has his career figured out and he feels really comfortable with what he's doing, he has a very difficult time claiming a woman providing and maintaining. He will sometimes see you as a challenge otherwise, or he'll see himself as not good enough. So when you have respect for his job and you really admire his work and you take that time to notice it, this will go so far with the man. Same goes for his music. You might not really like his style of music, but men really connect to you when they're listening to music, like at a concert, or if they're playing music for you that they really like. So just take some time to just respect it and acknowledge it. Find something you can like about it, and you will really connect to his heart. He will see you as this woman who really, really gets him, that he can really trust with the things that he loves the most.
I totally agree. And just like all of these other qualities, it has to be authentic. You can't be faking this. So if you're with a man who you don't respect, that's probably not a good guy to be with, because he's going to be able to feel whether or not you are being authentic with this. And also respecting yourself, trusting your boundaries and feelings and intuition, and not allowing a man to step over those boundaries and cross those lines is such an attractive quality. A lot of women are afraid to set a boundary because they're scared it's going to turn a man off, but the opposite is actually true. A man can't respect you any more than you respect yourself. That's something I always say. Just like a man can't love you any more than you love yourself. So with a lot of these qualities, it all starts with you, how you feel about yourself, and then kind of exuding that, radiating that out, which is what attracts that back towards you, right? And Adrienne, one thing we hear a lot, I'm sure you do too, at least I see this a lot in some of the comment sections of relationship advice videos. Something that women say is, well, respect is earned. And we agree with that. What do you have to say about that, Adrienne? I'm just curious,
Well, respect is yeah, I hear it a lot. They go, well, he needs to earn my respect. It's not going to work that way. There's a certain amount of trust involved with the partner you're picking. And I, on the flip side of that, I also run into a lot of women who fall in love with a man's potential.
Mm.
They fall in love with his potential and they're respecting what he could be. Potential is not here yet. You're going to fall in love with what's real and what's happening right now. And if you feel like respect is something he has to earn, I really encourage you to open your eyes up really wide and start looking for every little nice thing he's doing for you, because he doesn't have to be doing any of it. So whether he's opening a door for you, picking up a napkin that fell on the floor, complimenting you, these are things that you really want to show that respect and admiration that you have for him as a man.
Yes, definitely. And if you don't respect him, move on. That's not a good guy to be with. Watch what he's doing. Watch his masculine action towards you. If he's not being consistent, if he's not showing you that he's reliable and dependable, probably not going to be a good relationship partner in the long term anyway, right? So that's what we have on respect. Again, we love hearing from you. Type in your thoughts and experiences with this in the comment section. And
Okay, ladies, now we're about to give you the fifth and final way that you can really be a man magnet, make him see you as an irresistible, highly attractive woman. But before we do that, we're going to do a real quick recap. We want to talk about how important it is to be playful with a man, that you can let him see that you have this playful side to you, that you're not rigid, you know your boundaries inside, but you can be playful and soft on the outside. It's important that you are comfortable with being quiet, being silent. That uncomfortable silence is something that you can really adjust to and just lean back and just observe him while you're practicing being quiet. He'll get very curious with you. The other one is that you really want to be some type of a challenge or a mental challenge for him. If you're always available for him and you're always there and talking and speaking, it's not going to be very much of a challenge for him. And he's not going to have that curiosity for you and that desire and that sets you apart from a lot of other women. And then the last one is respect. It's so important to respect what that man is doing. This is, after all, his masculine energy. He is putting his best foot forward for you. Acknowledge it, have respect for it. If you think that other guys are better than him or whatever it may be, if you let that sort of be known, he will not feel well respected in your eyes. Hello. Okay, Helena, are you ready for number 5?
yes, number 5 is independence. Both you being independent as a woman and encouraging his independence. Now, there's a very fine line here. If you're so independent that a man gets the sense that you don't need him and you're not going to be able to receive what he has to give, that's where you can run into a little bit of trouble. So, again, it's a fine line. Adrienne, would you like to clarify a little bit what we mean when we say independence?
Yeah, independence is really nuanced. It's really nuanced, but it is so important that you understand that independence is about having this rich and juicy, fulfilled life of your own. If you cannot go without texting him, contacting him, or knowing what he's doing, you're not going to appear independent to him. So I never want you to put so much focus into the man that you lose your own life. This is something that I did. And sure enough, it makes you seem like you don't really have anything going on other than the man. This is not a desirable quality. You might think, oh, if I give him everything, if I give him all of my time and attention, he's going to really know I love him. And that's just not how it works. He wants to know you're independent, you have this rich, full life on your own, you have hobbies, you have dreams, aspirations, you have things that you are going for. This is a great way to put your masculine energy to work into your own life. And plus, it also encourages him to be independent. And I don't know, Helena, do men want to feel independence? I'm not sure.
Oh my gosh, yes. As we all know, the feminine energy partner typically desires, more connection, right? Give me more. What else you got, right? Which in a lot of ways is sort of as it should be in a heterosexual relationship where men really crave their freedom and independence. Not that they want to, go be with other women or talk to other women if they're in a relationship with you. They just want to know that it's not going to be this thing where he has to be connected to you 24/7. So if you can encourage his independence, encourage him to hang out with his buddies or, go do something with his brother or his dad, and you don't always have to be there. That's going to go a long way. He's going to be a better relationship partner to you when he comes back towards you. It's really important. And Adrienne, I love everything you said. I talk so much about the importance of getting your own masculine energy in gear for yourself and your own life, which is what allows you to be in your feminine energy when you're with a man. When you can really employ that masculine energy that you have to build up this rich, full life outside of your relationship, that will prevent you from turning that masculine energy onto the man by stepping into that masculine role, starting to move things forward and plan everything. We've all been there, right? So if you can really take all of that amazing masculine energy you have, use it for yourself and building up your own life, committing to your dreams and aspirations, then when you're with your man, you can lean back and be feminine and embody some of these other qualities we talked about at the beginning of this video.
Oh, yeah. I mean, your relationship is not a job. The man is not the job. And in fact, so many of our clients that are moms, that are stay-at-home moms, and they're having to, run the whole household, and then daddy comes home from work and they're running daddy too. He's been at work all day long. He does not need a manager at home or in the relationship. So ladies, please listen to us loud and clear when we tell you that independence is golden in a relationship. He has to feel like you have this life and you can tap into that masculine energy, kind of expel it and utilize it for you. Maybe it's a blog you want to write, or a play that you've been wanting to write, or start a video series, or start a running group for women, or a yoga group, whatever it is you want to dream up. It's about your independence, and he will be very curious about what you're up to and what you're doing, and he will also respect and admire you. And that's the one thing we didn't mention, Helena, is that all of these qualities, the flip side to all of them, the magical thing about all of them is that when you do them, the man will also in turn do them for you.
Absolutely. Yeah, I talk about this in terms of, we attract a mirror image of our own masculine energy. So if you are respecting yourself, right? If you're committing to yourself, putting your masculine energy in gear for yourself and your own life, if you're with a man right now, he's going to see you in a whole new way. You're just going to become so magnetic and intriguing. He's not going to be able to help it. He's going to be drawn towards you rather than you thinking of him as the goal or the prize, which causes us to want to go after the man, right? If you've ever tried that, you know that it doesn't work. That just pushes him away. So you got to have some goals and things you want to do that have nothing to do with him. That's what keeps things interesting. That's what keeps his energy coming towards you really throughout the course of your whole relationship.
And I just want to jump in. Not only does it not work, it doesn't feel good. It doesn't feel good. And so often we're restless and we're not feeling comfortable in the relationship and we're not feeling confident and we can't really put our finger on it. And that's a big part of what it is. So trust us, ladies, when you're doing it this way, you're using these tools and these processes and these methods that we teach you in our Dating Unzipped programs and with our videos, of course, you really learn that love and relationship is a very relaxing process. It feels really good, right, Helena?
That is so true. We can't tell you how many women we hear from where relationships and anxiety kind of go hand in hand, or ambiguity, or obstacles, or pain, or uncertainty. And we want to kind of give you a whole new way of looking at things where, love and relationships can be easy and fun and effortless. And that's what we talk about in our programs, from Heartbroken to Happily Ever After, and Find and Keep the One Without Coming Undone. If you're someone like me who equated love to obstacles or pain or heartbreak, anything like that, these programs will be so helpful for you. I'll post links to both of them in the description right below this video. And if you enjoyed this video, feel free to give it a like and a comment. We love hearing from you. Your comments are really what help us create new content and videos for you, which we love to do. So Adrienne, thank you so much again.
Thank you for having me. And yes, please comment. Give this video a thumbs up. Make sure if you haven't already subscribed to Helena's channel, check it out. I've got a channel out there too. We love hearing from you all. Please comment, share this video. A lot of the knowledge we have, Helena and I have collected, separately and together throughout our coaching career. And we just love sharing it with you all. Love, romance, relationships, and dating. It does not have to be this mysterious place of doubt and not knowing what to say or do with a man. You can feel incredibly confident and relaxed in your body. Plus, get all the love, get the ring, get the guy, and build your happily ever after. So, thank you for having me, Helena. It's been a blast.
Thank you, Adrienne. I hope we can do this again soon. And thanks for watching, everyone.